Bonjour and welcome to my Paris haul video. I went to Paris the other weekend, and while I was there I picked up a few things from the wonderful French pharmacies that they have all over Paris, and also from Sephora, which was on the Champs-Élysées, which we don't have here in the UK. So what did I pick up in the French pharmacy? Well, I tried not to go too nuts, but I managed to keep it in one small bag's worth of stuff. And obviously French pharmacy brands are quite readily available now in the UK. There's also a website called Essentials where you can order online any brands that we don't get here, in like Boots for example, which has La Roche-Posay, Avène, lots of other French pharmaceutical brands. But there are a couple that we don't get, one of which is Bioderma, which is slightly harder to find in the UK. Now Bioderma do a very famous micellar water, which now we're getting in lots of brands. Garnier doing their own brand version, La Roche-Posay in fact does their own version. Lots of brands are cottoning onto this type of cleanser, which is a really gentle, very effective eye makeup remover and feels just like water. You don't get any sensation of chemical oil at all, and you just soak cotton wool pads and you can just press them on your eyes and take off your eye makeup particularly well with this product. And this is super gentle, very good if you've got sensitive eyes. I would very much recommend these sort of cleansers. The Garnier one, I have to say, is very similar, and it looks very similar. It's got a pink lid as well, and it's very good. But this is the classic, this is the original, and again it's a little bit cheaper because you get them in these sort of twin packs in French pharmacies that you wouldn't get over here in the UK. So yes, I was very pleased to pick up those. Obviously they're a bit heavy, so you can't carry too many of them back on the Eurostar, but yeah, that was in my wish list for Paris pharmacies. Also in the French pharmacy I picked up another couple of Bioderma products. So the two that I bought were the moisturising mattifying fluid and also a new product which is, I think, a serum which is called Matte Control. So both of these products have very similar ingredients and very similar sort of technology, which is pore refining, smoothing, deflecting light in a way that's not shiny, which is very interesting and very intriguing. And they're both non-comedogenic, so they're both going to avoid sort of pore clogging, which is obviously a byproduct of having oily skin. You don't want to have clogging products, which again makes your spots more prevalent. So this one is for an all over, the mattifying moisturising fluid, whereas this one is more concentrated. So I think this is more for a T-zone if you've got a combination skin. If you've got a very oily skin you could probably use it all over, but I think it might be a bit too dry, maybe a bit too mattifying if your cheeks are dehydrated, which is sort of the skin type that I have. So I'm very intrigued to try both of those products and also see how they work under makeup, as they're both saying that they're good bases, so maybe instead of a primer as well. I'll let you know how I get on. The other two products that I bought from the French pharmacy are quite similar in that they're both facial spray mists, which I'm very excited to try as they're both quite different. The La Roche-Posay one is more for oily, blemish prone skin, and it's got 3 ingredients. It's got zinc sulfate, thermal spring water and also sodium chloride, which all help to tackle blemishes and oily skin and open pores and nasty things that are generally going on with your skin if that's what's happening with your skin. So this I'm really excited to try, as you can use it as a toner, so you can use it after your cleanser and then replace your toner with this and then moisturise, or you can use it throughout the day to help mattify your skin, which sounds brilliant, and I've heard a lot of great things about this product, so I'll let you know how I get on with that. And the other one that I picked up is sort of the opposite, the Caudalie one, which is the grape water, which is soothing and moisturising. Now this is bought in mind of my long flight to Japan, which is coming up soon, and being on long flights equals dehydrated skin because of the air conditioning and obviously the long time up in the air and high temperatures and all sorts of things that is not great for your skin when you're on planes. So I'm really hoping to use that in flight because it's under 100 mils, but need to double check with that. If not, then I'll be using it afterwards and hopefully rehydrating my skin quickly with a spray before I can obviously take on more fluids, as obviously you can never drink enough water on a flight, it's just difficult. So I'm hoping that both of these are going to help my skin either for oiliness or for dehydrated conditions. So I'll let you know how I got on with those. So the other store that I was really excited to go and visit and pick up a few things from was Sephora. So I was very excited to go to Sephora. It was my first ever trip, and I've heard so much about Sephora via other beauty bloggers and lots of exciting products that we don't really get over here in the UK. So I know they don't have the full extent that the American Sephora stores have in Paris, but I know that they'd have obviously the Sephora own brand and Make Up For Ever, and I was very excited to go and just visit and see the beautiful cabinets full of wonderful pretty things, and yeah, try a few things out and pick up a few things. So when I went to Sephora, I was very excited to try a Make Up For Ever foundation, and this one is the Make Up For Ever Ultra HD, which is designed basically for use on camera. So I was very excited obviously to use it for purposes of blogging, but also for stage, as I know it's quite a smoothing natural finish, but you can build it up and it's quite a good medium coverage. So I'm intrigued to use it not only for filming but also for stage, and I picked it up in the shade Y235, which was a really great match for my skin. I looked at some other products also in Make Up For Ever ranges, but the colours weren't quite so great for me. There was a bit too pale or a bit too dark, but this one looked just right. So I'm very excited to try this properly, and yes, it should hopefully be quite a smoothing good look for stage and also camera. The other makeup product that I bought from Sephora was Sephora's own brand, and these are their Cream Lip Stain lipsticks, and these obviously go on as a liquid lipstick in a doe foot applicator, and then they dry matte. So I picked up two shades, and I picked up the strongest sort of red shade that they did, which is called Strawberry Kissed, and Watermelon Slice, which is a more peachy orangey shade. So I'm really excited to try these, and I love a matte lipstick, as it's just so great when you go out and you don't have to keep reapplying, and once it dries, you know, lovely and matte, then it doesn't smudge and doesn't transfer, which is what these are claiming to do. So I really like the Bourjois variety that we can get here quite easily in the UK, so I'll be intrigued to try these two as sort of competition for that, so I'll let you know how I get on with these. Then I moved away from the makeup and towards the accessories sort of section, which Sephora have their own branded products, and they also have accessories and sort of minis available by the till, which are very tempting also. But one product that I picked up just because it was quite cheap, and also I was just intrigued to see if it would make a difference to my makeup application process, was this, which is a lash amplifier, which has two sides to it. The top end is sort of curved at the top, so you can put it basically behind your eyelashes, and I assume to guard your eyeshadow, so that when you apply a mascara it doesn't flick onto your eyelid and you don't have to then clear it up and then redo any eyeshadow. So that's half of it, and then the other half is a eyelash comb. So you comb through your eyelashes once you've applied your mascara, and get out any lumps or bumps or whatever you know, any clogging bits from your mascara. So I'm intrigued to give that a go and see if that makes a difference to my mascara application. The other accessories that I bought weren't quite as exciting as the eyelash one, but I picked up some sort of cuticle pushers, which I really find useful when I'm applying nail polish, particularly coloured nail polish, just to sort of take away all the excess that you might get sort of either side of your nail as you're applying your nail polish. So again, they're really cheap, so I picked up some of those. And the other product that I picked up from the accessories aisle from Sephora was their own Express Drying Oil. Now this is for manicures, and the idea is that you use the little pipette and drop one drop of the oil onto your nails when you've finished your manicure to help speed up the drying process and boost some shine. Now I'd seen this sort of product from a brand called Orly, but I've never been able to find it in store, so I'm very excited to try this, as I'm hoping this is going to help speed up manicure drying, as at the moment I'm using Seche Vite Top Coat, which is a brilliant product, and I encourage you to buy that anyway, but this is a very exciting different idea to speeding up manicures, which is something that we all need because we're all busy and we want to go out and enjoy our nails and not worry about smudging them. So I'll let you know how I get on with that product. So the last product that I picked up from Sephora was from the Glam Glow range, and it's a cleanser, which I was really excited to try, as I'd only ever seen the face mask before, and I'm a real fan of the Youth Mud one, which is the little black pot, and it's very purifying and detoxifying, and a really great clay mud mask I should say. So this is the Power Cleanse Daily Dual Cleanser, which is a mud to oil to foam cleanser. So that alone intrigued me, but when I read a bit further it sort of said that there's one side for oil and one side for mud, and you sort of mix the two in your hands and then apply it to your face. Now this will help remove your makeup with the oil, and then the mud will help purify and cleanse and sort of nourish and deeply clean your skin. So it's supposed to be, yeah, nourishing, restoring and renewing. So I'm very excited to try that as a different sort of version of cleanser, as I've been using oil cleansers and I've been using balm cleansers, but never one with mud and oil, which then turns to foam. So I'm excited to give that a go, and I will let you know how I get on with this. So the last product that I bought in Paris was not skincare or makeup, it was a bag, and I bought it from Longchamp on the Champs-Elysees, and it was a really lovely shopping experience because I just adore Longchamp, and it was so French and so lovely, and the service was delightful. So anyway, I've been a real fan of Longchamp bags for the past 4-5 years or so, and I've had 2 of the classic tote bags. I've had a red one and I've had a beautiful bright blue one as well, and I've loved them both and sadly used them to death, and as a result they've sort of died. Either the zip has broken or they sort of had little holes poked in the bottom. So I bought a new one when I was there and treated myself to a slightly more fancy version by getting a purple one which has matching leather detail, which has sort of the clippy leather bit over the front, and then the handles are both exactly the same purple, which is just so beautiful, and I just absolutely love it, and I'm so happy with it, even though I haven't taken it out yet. I'm so protective of it at the moment, but I know I'll be using this all the time, as I just generally find that they're such useful bags, and they are a bit of an investment, but cost per wear, honestly, I take these out every single day with me, and they're so great for going out and about, and you fit so much in them, and they are really, really strong. So I'd really highly recommend them if you're looking for sort of a tote bag. Pick them up in the airport duty free, or abroad if you want to save a little bit of money. But yeah, I'm so happy with this, so very excited to use it, and it'll give me lots of lovely memories of Paris, which was just wonderful. And so that completes my haul video for Paris. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing which products I picked up from the French pharmacy, from Sephora and also from Longchamp, and I'll be letting you know how I get along with all of those products as I test them out over the next weeks and months. I'll also be doing a post on my trip to Paris and giving you a bit of a breakdown of what I covered over the 3 days that I was there, as I got lots of recommendations from 2 good friends that had lived in Paris for a long time, and their recommendations were a great way to see Paris and also walk around Paris and see as much as possible in a short space of time. So I'll be posting that as soon as I can get that together, but for now, au revoir!